So this is the hamstring stretch. And this is the side profile of the hamstring stretch. And this is your quad stretch. And this is the side view. And this is your calf stretch. So you put your heel down. So you're putting your heel down behind you, making sure your leg's nice and straight, keeping your feet in line and making sure they're straight on. So this is the side profile of the calf stretch. So you should be stretching out the muscle between your knee and your ankle at the back of the leg and making sure that heel is down into the floor, but you're not hunched forward. You want a nice straight line drawing in at the tummy. Really important that you keep posture even when you're stretching. Okay, the next one is your glute stretch. These are your hips and the muscles around your bum. So if you want to hold on to something, and you can push your hand down onto your knee to give you a better stretch around the outside. But if that's enough for you there, you don't need to do that. Just as long as you've got this stretch around this area here, that's what you're after. And the side profile of the glute stretch is to take your bum back. Once you've got your balance, you don't need to hold on to something. Once you've got used to it, sinking the bum down, again applying some pressure. Whoops, I think we'll do that one again. Can she stand so I can hold on to her for this one without, otherwise I'm going to wobble. So the side profile of the glute, by all means hold on to someone or something. It's getting your weight back and putting your knee, your hand on your knee to sink down. If that's enough for you without the hand, you don't have to put your hand. It's just so that if you're not getting a good enough stretch in this area, putting your hand there will help you get a much deeper stretch for some of you. So this is the hip flexor stretch. Stretching this area here. It's like a lunge move, but rather than working the legs, you want to focus on stretching here. So you tuck your tailbone under.
Chest up nice and straight.
And the side profile of that one is to take your foot back, again like a lunge, and then from here you want to tuck your tailbone under. So you want sort of from there tucking right under so your lower back is straight. That will help you get the stretch here. Either put your hands by your side or on your hips, whatever works for you. Okay, the next one is our back. So you want to take your arms out in front, opening out the shoulder blades. Imagine like you've wrapped your arms around a tree or a nice sexy man. And the side profile of that one is to, again, just wrap your arms around an imaginary circle, if you like. So you're opening out the shoulder blades here. Then the next one is a chest stretch. So you take your hands behind and open out the chest. So standing nice and tall. And you've got a choice with your hands on the chest stretch. You can either put your hands here and hold it through, or you can take your hands down and back. It's really important to remember that everybody is built differently. So for some people this is going to feel really awkward and this is going to be better. But for other people you'll get a much better stretch by taking the arms back and down. Okay, the next one is the tricep, the bingo wing stretch. So you taking your opposite elbow with the hand Keeping your elbow quite close to your body. You don't want to sort of take it out here because that will stretch this bit here. So keeping the elbow close to the head, just like when you did the tricep work. And I'll show you this sideways. But I'm also going to show you from behind so you can see that my hand is placed on the back of my shoulders. Try not to arch the back, so you want to keep nice and straight. And you should find you get a really good stretch. Okay, so the next stretch is to stretch your inner thighs. This is an amazing stretch. So you want to sink down, and you sort of want to put your hands, if you can, your elbows on the inner thighs. So you drop your weight down towards the floor, and then push those knees out a little bit. Feels fantastic.
Wow.
Now, the lower you go and the more pressure you apply to your inner thigh, the better the stretch. But if you're reasonably inflexible around this area, don't worry if you can only come to here, so long as you can feel that stretch through here. If you can take that plunge and come down nice and low and support your body with your elbows, you'll get a really lovely stretch all the way through the inner thighs. It may actually be a little bit painful, but a nice pain. Okay. Shall I do the side stretch?
Yeah.
The side, yeah. So just so you can see how the inner stretch goes on the side profile, you kind of stick your bum back out, like a squat essentially, but you drop down and just try and keep those knees so they're not coming forwards or backwards, sort of in line with your feet, and again, just putting that pressure through on the outside. And as you feel the tension ease in your muscles as you stretch, you can just drop it down a little bit lower. And release. Okay. So this is a neck stretch. Taking your hand onto the side of your head and dropping it down. Don't put too much pressure on the head. You don't want to be yanking your body over. Just enough so you can feel the stretch all the way down there. Some of you who sit behind computers all day long, or have had children, or wear high heels all the time, you'll probably find your shoulders have been quite tense. Doing this stretch a few times a day will really help release that tension. Okay, so this is the bicep stretch. You want to take your arm out in front of you. Don't put too much pressure on your fingers. You want to be stretching the muscle here. It's quite a difficult muscle to actually stretch. So a little bit of pressure on your fingertips should help you. And just so you can see that sideways, you see how I'm just putting a small amount, I'm not yanking my fingers back, but just trying to really open up that muscle that we've worked and put some pressure through there, not too much. And then the other thing we're going to do is a lower back stretch. So just cross over your arms, loosen out the lower back, look towards the floor, that's so you don't have any tension in your neck, look down. And just try and round out the back. And then the side profile of that. Again, like a squat position, but wrap those arms around and then sort of curve out. So you're stretching all the way through here. Just dropping that head down, looking between your feet. And just slowly release out. Rolling the shoulders back. Body should feel nice and relaxed now. Shaking out your arms and your legs. And you are done.